Hey everyone, my name is Ashley and I'm here to do a tag video. So the tag video is going to be for the Reading Rush. The Reading Rush typically takes place over the summer, but they're doing one during this time to help keep us busy. It is the 16th through the 19th and it's called the Stay-in-Home Reading Rush. I think there's about 8 questions for the tag and let's go. First question is, how is your reading going so far at home? It's actually been going pretty well. I've read a lot, and I don't know if it's because I'm home all the time or because what I'm picking up I'm enjoying, so I'm going through it faster. I read quite a lot of books last month when the stay-in-home went into effect, and I'm reading a lot this month as well. So hopefully I keep going on that trend and my TBR pile will just keep getting smaller and smaller, because that's the end goal, isn't it? So the next question is, where have you been reading? I mostly read on my bed. I have quite a few pillows, so I get it set up in a certain way and I just really enjoy laying on my bed and reading. Occasionally I'll go outside. We have a trampoline, so I'll lay out on the trampoline, soak in the sun, and read a bit to get to my outdoor time, plus some reading. But I usually just read indoors on my bed with all my pillows. Oh, and my book light, because you always need extra light. So the next question is, best book you read during isolation? And I haven't read any like phenomenal books where I'm like, this book has changed my life. The best book I've read so far is Madness So Discreet by Minnie McGinnis. It is a book that challenges ideas of gender power and how much power like people's voices have. It's historical fiction, but you could definitely take what they talk about and apply it to today's times, and I really enjoyed the storyline. Next question is, what's your feel-good book? So I haven't reread any of my favorite series. I haven't rewatched any of my favorite shows. Well, besides Bob's Burgers, but I watch Bob's Burgers like every day. Do a lot of rereading because I have so many books that I want to read that I don't want to take time away from that. Twilight is like my favorite series, and I think I've only reread the first book like 3 times. And I reread it like 2 years ago. That was a journey. It was a great time. I rewatched all the movies, reread the first book. It was great, but it takes away from books that I want to read as well, that are new to me. So my favorite feel-good book, Twilight. I have the urge to reread The Selection. It is like The Bachelor dystopian, especially with the Netflix series coming out. I've been really wanting to reread it. I just enjoyed the drama and I enjoyed the romance, so that's another feel-good book for me. So Twilight and The Selection are 2 of my feel-good books. I probably won't read them. I might skim through them, but they are books that make me feel good and make me happy. So I encourage anyone who hasn't read them to read them. So the next question is, a book you wish you could borrow from the library or buy? So I just finished Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and I really want the sequel, Wayward Son. I didn't buy it when it was released because Carry On sat so long on my shelf that I just didn't want to buy a sequel to a book I hadn't read yet. But now that I've read it, I want to continue on with it as it's fresh in my mind and I know the characters, know the storyline. So that's a book I'd want to buy. Next question is, an author you'd want to shout out during this time? So there's 2 authors I want to shout out. Veronica Roth and Alexandra Bracken. Veronica Roth wrote the Divergent series, and I really like what she's doing on Instagram. She created a Twitch channel to where she can do virtual author events, and she partnered up with a few other authors. I think like Leo Bardugo is one of them. And I really appreciate authors who are keeping in contact with their fans and giving them an opportunity to still talk and still communicate with people in the environment. Alexandra Bracken, she's the author of the Darkest Mind series, and she's been doing these diaries, these quarantine diaries of her writing process, and I really enjoy hearing about how she like develops a character, how she develops a scene. And I'm not a writer myself. I don't ever want to write a book. But I enjoy like her commentary on it. There's other authors who are reaching out there to their fans But those are two authors that I want to shout out. So the next question is, what is my Reading Rush TBR? So I will be reading 2 books for the Reading Rush. There are 4 prompts, but you don't have to read 4 books to fulfill each prompt. You can stack prompts on one book. So the challenges is to read a book with a house on the cover, read a book in the same room the entire time, read a book set somewhere that you'd want to go, and read a book that will make you smile. So my first book is Fiendish, and this looks familiar if you watched my April TBR. I am just going to add my April TBR to this Reading Rush. I probably won't be reading any additional books because I had 12 books for my TBR and I don't think I can do any more. So this fills the prompt of having a house on the cover. A creepy house, but it's a house. And this will also fill the prompt of reading a book in the same place the entire time. So I'll be reading this book on my bed, and that fulfills the first 2 prompts. The next book I will be reading is The Tea Dragon Society. This is to fulfill the prompts of a book that will make me smile and a book I wish I could go. I don't really know much about this world, but they have adorable creatures, and the art style is just adorable that I'd want to visit the world, and because it's so adorable, it makes me want to smile. And these are the 2 books I will be reading during the stay-in-home reading rush. So let me know if you're participating in the stay-in-home reading rush, what you're reading, what your challenges are. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye!